especially if you implement, for instance, LED.
Yeah.
This could be 5, 6, 700,000 euros per hectare.
Hi, Maarten. Could you please introduce yourself and also Ledgnd a bit more?
Yes, of course. Hi, Sebastian. I'm Maarten van Bemmel. I'm from the Netherlands. I live around Utrecht, so that's in the middle of the Netherlands. I've been working for Ledgnd almost 4.5 years now. And we are situated near Rotterdam in a small town called Vlaardingen. It's near the Westland. What we do, so we started in 2019 and we started as a consulting firm for growers to help them implement LED in their greenhouse. So from purchase to implementing it. A lot happened around LED, of course. There came subsidies or grants, what you call them, from Europe, from the Netherlands to purchase them. But the transition from LED to HPS created a situation for growers where they have noticed that the spectrum changes, you lose heat radiation, so your microclimate could change. And this is where we have been investing in a lot in the last couple of years. So we have created a software portal, Ledgnd, where we attract data from all different sources and help growers understand what's happening in their greenhouse when they introduce LED or another innovative new technique. What happens with your microclimate compared to your macroclimate and how do you implement these tools? So we have shifted from a consulting firm to a software firm with plant physiologists that help growers implement new techniques. And the goal is, of course, to reduce energy usage or improve the crop quality or create a faster cycle or combination of them based on new techniques.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so do you still do consulting or you completely cut that side of the business?
We still do it because there's still a high demand for it. But we expect in the future that it would be less because we see that most growers actually are transitioning into LED. But the steering tools around LED are also very upcoming. So you have multi-channel dimming LED, so you can steer per color. So you can also measure what's coming from the sun and adjust your lighting strategy during the day and during the year on this. So we see a lot of potential for us there as well, for us to share our knowledge with the grower. So we probably won't stop with the consulting at all in the future, but we will see that the shift from our company to mainly SaaS as a software provider be our main focus. Yeah.
Okay. And so how did you get into the agriculture or horticulture industry? Did you always want to do it since you are in the Netherlands?
No, I kind of rolled into it. One of my friends, Ramon, started the company, and I've known him from my past as a software consultant at my former job. And he was one of my colleagues, and he started this firm with other colleagues here, Joris and Mattea, and Ramon's father. And when we were expanding, Ramon said, I want to have Maarten join as well. So I'm not from the horticulture, but I've been here now for 4.5 years. So your knowledge grows, of course, quite rapidly.
Yeah. And so go on.
I think it's one of the most innovative and interesting fields there is, because if you compare it to agriculture outside farming, there is so much more influence you can have in your greenhouse than outside. So there's so much tools, so much innovations every year popping up. It's really cool to see.
Yeah. And how does your product help farmers? What do you see the main benefits in?
So what we see is there's a splintered ecosystem of data. So of course the main control unit is the climate computer. So what happens in a greenhouse, the end decision is made by the climate computer. And of course you have a couple big brands of climate computers. We have some smaller ones as well. So let's say there are 10 brands. So they in the end decide what happens in the greenhouse. But there's so much data and so much technique available in greenhouses that it's not doable for one company to make sense of all this data. It's also not doable to collect all this data and to bring it to one place. So what we have seen at a lot of growers is that they have 7 different software portals. So they have one for sensor brand A, one for sensor brand B, they have the climate computer, they have this, they have that, and they work in a small group. So they also use another software platform, C. And in the end, they open up 7 screens to compare all the data and to make some logic from it. And what we do is we try to get rid of most of the platforms and help them collect all the data into one place for a grower to understand what's happening in the greenhouse faster, so they don't have to open all the screens and work from one place. And then we connect to the climate computer to or push data or pull data, depends on what the wishes are from the grower.
And do you see a difference in how quickly the greenhouse, for example, pays off if it has your technology installed or without it?
Yeah, so especially if you implement, for instance, LED, this could be 5, 6, 700,000 euros per hectare. So it's a really high cost investment. So skimming on your ROI, so to get your ROI faster, to win on implementing it, there's a lot of potential to optimize. So yeah, we definitely see that if we are involved, that growers learn how to adapt to the new technique faster than if we're not involved.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is your ideal customer? Does a technology like this make sense for all sizes of operations?
So we are not focused on. So what we see a lot in the market is that a lot of companies focus on the big vegetable crops, and for us they are just one of the crops.
Okay.
All of the crops are interesting because all of the crops are influenced by the climate in the greenhouse. So we don't really see a specific crop where we say, okay, this is where we add the most value, because the question of the grower is what's the centerpiece of what we do. So if they want to implement LED, or if they want to use camera systems to help them use the light in their greenhouse more efficiently, there are also camera systems for this, for instance. So it depends on what the question is where we add the value. And then the crop itself, it doesn't really matter that much. So there's a lot of research available. So depending on the crop, we have a lot of research papers ready, and we know them. So if a grower from a certain crops come to us and say we have problems with this or that, we will be able to at least help them steer in the right direction.
Okay. And what impact would you like Ledgnd to have on the agriculture industry?
If we look in the future, and we are 10 years ahead, we would like to have added some extra speed in making the horticulture even more durable, more energy efficient, having more yield per square meter. So to help the industry itself be more efficient and more green. That will be our mission. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's cool. Is there something else you would like to add to this conversation?
Now, maybe it's interesting for you to introduce us to some Czech growers as well. I'm not sure if there's a big market in Czech as well.
There is some growers. It's mainly the big greenhouse crops. I mean, tomatoes and cucumbers. We have a few, but it's nothing major. I actually wrote my pre-scientific thesis on this, and there is only a couple 100 hectares of, or maybe 100 some. I guess it's below 200 hectares of like smart greenhouses in the Czech Republic. So it's nothing major, but there is some players in here.
I know you guys have a lot of hop,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ingredient for beer.
yeah. But I mean, yeah, that just grows under the sun. There is no
Yeah, it's a
LED
lot of
involved.
agriculture. Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
and
yep.
maybe interesting for people that are interested. We will be at GreenTech in, I think it's in May
Uh-huh.
or April. I'm not sure.
Uh-huh.
We will have a stand there as well. So if you have followers that say, "Hey, Ledgnd seems like an interesting company to talk to," you're more than welcome in Amsterdam at GreenTech.
Uh-huh.
Just hit us up, and coffee is always ready.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you very much for coming on my show and introducing your product.
No problem. Thanks for inviting us.